All right, let's dive into something that's got me seriously intrigued. So, Catherine Zeta-Jones is making a comeback, but not in the way you'd expect. I mean, when you think of her, you might picture those iconic roles from the early 2000s, right? But this time, she's stepping into a whole new territory with Kill Jackie, and honestly, I'm here for it. What makes this really interesting is the complete transformation she's undergone, both in terms of her look and the character she's playing. It's like she's reinventing herself, and that's always fascinating to see from an actor of her caliber. First off, let's talk about the aesthetic. The first look photos? Stunning. She's channeling this vintage, old Hollywood glamour, and it's not just about the clothes. Though let's be real, those headscarves and tailor jackets are everything. It's the way she carries herself. There's this effortless sophistication that feels both timeless and fresh. Personally, I think this is a bold move because it's such a departure from her usual style. It's not just a new look, it's a statement. And in an industry where actors often get typecast, this feels like a deliberate choice to break free from expectations. Now, let's get into the character. Jackie Price is no ordinary role. She's a retired drug smuggler turned art dealer, and she's on a revenge mission against a group of hitmen called the Seven Demons. What many people don't realize is how rare it is to see a female-led thriller that's this complex. It's not just about the action. It's about empowerment, identity, and redemption. From my perspective, this is Zeta-Jones leaning into a role that's as much about internal struggle as it is about external danger. And that's what makes it compelling. It's not just a story of survival. It's a story of self-discovery. What this really suggests is that Zeta-Jones is taking creative risks, both in front of and behind the camera. I mean, she's also an executive producer on the series. That's a big deal. It shows she's not just showing up to act, she's invested in the project's vision. If you take a step back and think about it, this is a woman who's been in the industry for decades, and she's still pushing boundaries. That's inspiring, and it raises a deeper question. How many actors at her level are willing to take such bold, creative leaps? Now, let's talk about the series itself. Kill Jackie is based on Nick Harkaway's novel The Price You Pay, and it's from the team behind Killing Eve and Gangs of London. That's a pedigree that immediately grabs your attention. But here's the twist. It's a gender-swapped adaptation. Jackie was originally a male character in the book. I think that's a brilliant choice. It's not just about flipping the gender. It's about reimagining the story through a female lens. What this really suggests is that the industry is finally starting to recognize the value of diverse storytelling. One thing that immediately stands out is the cast. Zeta-Jones is joined by some heavy hitters, like Daniel Ings and Raff, who's quickly becoming a name to watch. But it's not just about the big names, it's about the ensemble. The series has this stacked cast that feels like a perfect blend of established talent and fresh faces. Personally, I think this is going to be one of those shows where every character feels essential, and that's a tough balance to strike. Here's where it gets even more intriguing. The Seven Demons aren't just your typical villains. They're described as the world's most terrifying hitmen, but Jackie's own demons? They're even more terrifying. That's a detail I find fascinating because it adds this layer of psychological depth to the story. It's not just about outsmarting the bad guys. It's about confronting your own past. And that's a theme that resonates on so many levels. It's not just a thriller, it's a character study. If you take a step back and think about it, Kill Jackie feels like it's tapping into something bigger. It's part of this trend of female-led action thrillers that are redefining the genre. Shows like Killing Eve and The Queen's Gambit have shown that audiences are hungry for complex, multidimensional female characters. And Kill Jackie seems poised to join that ranks. In my opinion, this is the kind of storytelling that's not just entertaining, it's necessary. So what's the takeaway here? For me, it's this. Catherine Zeta-Jones isn't just returning to the screen. She's making a statement. She's taking on a role that's challenging, a project that's ambitious, and a character that's deeply layered. And she's doing it with style, both literally and figuratively. This raises a deeper question. How many actors at her stage in their career are willing to take such risks? Not many. And that's what makes this so exciting. Kill Jackie isn't just a show, it's a moment. And For one, can't wait to see how it unfolds.